It's September. I'm feeling like doing a fall look, and this throwback Salma Hayek red carpet photo came up on my feed, and I was like, that's the one. So let's do it. I'm assuming it's pictures from like the 90s, early 2000s, because her skin is super matte. I'm gonna make my skin matte as well. So I'm gonna start with the Danessa Myricks Universal Blurring Balm Powder. I'm going to focus on the T-zone, but ultimately putting it all over my face, because there's not a drop. There's not a drop of moisture to be found on her face. Let's try to dry me out. I'm gonna use a brow gel just to prep my brows, but her brows just look super natural. They look like they lengthen her brows a little bit, but not overly filled in. So even though this is a smoky eye look, I'm going to start with the skin, just because it'll make it easier for me to do the eyes once I get to it. Her foundation looks a little light for her, or maybe it's just the concealer and like the excess powder. So I'm gonna start with Estee Lauder Double Wear, and then I might go over it with my Tier foundation, because that is definitely too light for me, because we are trying to give 90s pasty diva. Okay, I think I'm looking pretty ghostly, so I'm gonna skip the Tier. Now, Selma's bronzer slash contour is like orange, so I'm actually gonna go in with the same brush, and this is a cream palette. These are Mayron foundations, but any sort of orangey bronzer slash cream contour will be perfect. I mean, it's like very strong, and it comes down kind of far. I will blend it out to where it's supposed to go. So it definitely starts at like the top of the ear, but then instead of like being up and snatched, it's kind of like blended downwards a little bit. It goes down kind of far. Like I usually don't bring it down this far, but for Salma, I'll do it. Looks like she just has a little bit right here, and then just like the smallest amount on her nose. So I'm just taking that same brush and squeezing in the bristles. This is what it looks like normally, just squeezing them together so it's more precise. I'll blend this out before it gets too crazy. I feel like even blending it up this high is too high up, so I'm gonna have to go in with concealer and kind of clean up that line. Oops, I did it again. Interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and fill my brows. Sorry about this. I have like a random breakout on my eyebrow, and it actually really hurts. So sorry it's staring at you. Her brows are really long, so I'm gonna extend mine out more than I normally do. And her eyebrows are definitely more fluffy in the front. Yeah, she's got beautiful brows. I'm gonna go back in later with a darker color. I just wanna get cracking on these eyes though. I have to cover Rudolph up, so I'm just gonna neutralize this a little bit so it's not like bright red. I'm gonna go in with that same bronzer contour color. I feel like the technique now is more so like bringing the nose contour up like almost right into like the beginning of the brow, but this, it kind of starts lower. It's kind of more like right here. So I'm not gonna go up all the way like I normally would. So I'm gonna go in with a smaller blending brush. This is just going to help keep everything more controlled because it's not like a blown out kind of look. That's kind of the vibe. So same thing. I'm basically starting like right underneath where my brow bone is. I can like literally put the brush in there. So typically when I'm blending out the crease, I'll go in like back and forth motions and I'll kind of blend it outwards, but this is again very neat and tucked in. Just dabbing out the edges so the color is still bold. I'm going to use Laura Mercier Cocoa Caviar Eye Stick color just as a base. Okay, for the eyeshadow, I'm gonna start with the lid color, and I randomly have this Clinique palette, which is very much giving 90s. So it's this like darker plum kind of shade. I think it's going to look good. So I'm just packing this on. Going in with a clean blending brush and literally just blending out the edges, just so there's not such a harsh line. So again, her crease is really like orangey and bronzy, so I'm gonna go in with a bronzer. I think this will be warm enough. I'm just gonna go over the cream I did before. So really just keeping it in this small area of my brow bone. Okay, I haven't used this in a while, but I'm gonna use a black eyeliner to line my inner rim and then along the lash line. So going in with this purple shade from Clinique, just using it on a very tiny pencil brush. Just gonna blend this out underneath. She has the most beautiful almond shaped eyes. I mean, as far as the eyeshadow, that's kind of it. I'm gonna put on some fake lashes. I feel like her natural lashes are just super long and then she has just a couple individuals on the ends. I'm gonna fake it using a full strip of lashes. So these are from Ardell. They're called Winks, and I'm gonna use Be Yourself as I'm putting on like the biggest lashes ever. Okay, wait, these are actually called Vibes, not Be Yourself. Okay, I put my lashes on off camera. I bought a new iPhone recently to have more storage and it just told me that my storage is full. So I'm stressed. I have an external hard drive, but I haven't used it. I figure right now is not the time to try to mess with that. So anyway, I put on my fake lashes and usually I will cut the ends shorter, but seeing as how she has these, you know, beautiful almond eyes, I'm trying to fake that. So I think like leaving the ends longer kind of mimics that look. So I'm going with some super light concealer. And this is Ben Nye. It's very matte, just to fulfill the fantasy. So that was my beauty blender, but you know, they didn't have beauty blenders back in the day. So I'm just using this dry to mimic what they probably did. Okay, I'm gonna set everything with powder. I could use something really dry like a Ben Nye, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna use Laura Mercier blurring powder because I don't think I can handle any more dryness. Okay? It looks like she definitely has baking done underneath her eyes and underneath here. I feel like she's got some extra baking in the outer corners of her eyes, so I'm gonna let that sit. I'm going with some blush. This is Grow Your Peach from Made by Mitchell. And this is like orange. Feels so wrong to put my blush right here. So I'm going in with the lips. This is from Scott Barnes. I've had it for a long time. I don't even think it exists anymore, but this is Naomi. Okay, this is looking better with the lip liner. I was a little scared for a second. Okay, for the lip color, going back to this mystery lip palette that I made. I don't know why, but I feel like this lipstick is like a Lancome or like a Chanel. Don't know why. So I have this purpley iridescent color and I pray that it's close because I think it might be. Okay, it actually looks close. It's the little things. I'm sorry, but I am quite shook about how well this matches the picture. I only wish I knew what the color was. Sorry. So going back in with that same bronzer on a fluffy brush, I'm just going to really orange this up, you guys. This is what we're doing. Going in with some Broken Kevyn Aucoin contour powder, just to really chisel me out. Yeah. All right, brushing away this baking with a foundation powder. Nice and dry, we love it. She has super long lower lashes. Okay. I think from here on out, I don't need to make them like so historically accurate. And I think it works on her because she's Salma Hayek. I'm gonna go live my 90s best life. Thanks for watching my delusional makeup session. Until next time.